Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is the Fleon here, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize that I'm not my typical chipper self, and so I'm going to probably slow down a little bit and talk a little bit more monotone in this video, simply because I have the flu currently and I don't really have much of a voice. So we're going to try and get through this video best we can do on our lunch break here and see what we got. Okay, so basically what I'm covering today is the fact of the Battlefield Engineer event going on in War Thunder currently. As of 6 o'clock this morning Central Time is when it started. Okay, so basically you're going to have the opportunity to earn 6 rare tanks. I said I wouldn't call them tanks. I'm calling them tanks. Vehicles, okay? 2 tanks, 2 ships, and 2 planes. But I'm going to show you why it's not feasible that you're going to get all 6 of them in a moment. Basically what you have to do is repair the I-180S, which is the premium on the left there, one time to unlock your first premium, and then consequently one time to unlock this top row and one time to unlock the next one on the top row, or 2 times for each of the bottom ones. And you get to choose. As far as I know, you get to choose from the very first time. So if that's the case, 2 completions will net you a Merkava, a HMS Tiger, or a Ju-388. However, it may be that the first one you have to pick the airplane. I'm not entirely sure on this, and it's not really confirmed in the article, so do take that to note. Okay, so basically they're saying, you got to repair. First thing you got to do is diagnose the aircraft. They don't give you how long it's going to take. They do say it's going to take some time. And once you figure out what's wrong with the aircraft, you figure it out and you replace the parts. And you get the parts in battles, and you get the kits to replace the parts in battles. You can also trade them on the market, because of course you can. And, that's going to be the main focus of the event, is to build this plane. Okay, so if you build the plane once, you're going to get 1 token for one of these top tanks, like I said. If you build it twice, you're going to get the next one, and so on and so forth. Now, you have to have every 10 minutes of battle activity of over 50% is when you get the toolkit or parts, etc. So it doesn't matter if you spend 23 minutes in a battle, 25 minutes in a battle, you get 2 things from that battle and 5 minutes credit towards your next battle. And so it's based off of time spent in game, and you're going to see why that's kind of iffy as we go. Okay, so you can earn the points, earn the kits from the 11th of April to the 22nd of April. And then from the 22nd to 29th, you can either assemble it using the market, assemble the I-180S, which will get you your, of course you can turn in your things for premium vehicles for the tank, the ship, or the plane in each different scenario. Okay, so that's basically it for this. You've got 11 days to do this, and we're going to see why that's crazy. Right here it says it takes 13 to 15 hours of time in-game to assemble a complete I-180S. 13 to 15 hours is crazy. After the first one, it says, let's see here, to repair the second and any subsequent vehicles, you may need more rare new components. So basically, what I'm assuming is your first one's going to take you 13 hours, second one's going to take you 14, and then every one after that's going to be 15. And that is how our math is going to work throughout the course of this video. So you're going to see when we go to our document, and we'll go ahead and go over here, I've done some napkin math on my lunch break. The total amount of hours that you'll have in this 11 days is 264. That's the entirety of the 11 days. The hours for 9 perfect completions, which will grant you all 6 vehicles, is 132. That does not include loading times or queue times. Those will add to that. So to keep that in mind, I did not figure any of this on loading and queue times. Okay, so your time not playing the game, you think 132 hours, that's a lot of hours. You're going to see that, yes, it in fact is a lot of hours to be playing the game. Because the time not playing, if you work a full-time job, you're going to spend 48 hours of the time you're not playing at work. And the average commute in America is 30 minutes. So you're going to spend 9 hours of that on the commute. You're going to have 11 hours for hygiene and restroom. Now, that's showering, brushing your teeth, and everything. I gave you 11 hours, an hour a day, and that is bare minimum, I would say. You're going to have 11 hours of family time. That's an hour a day, bare minimum, I would say again. And 11 hours of eating. That is bare minimum, I would say again. So your total hours left is 42. So you've got 42 hours left in the entirety of the 11 days to sleep. That's right. 42 hours of sleep for 11 days. That equals out to 3.8 hours a night. That is also not including, like I said, the queue times and the loading times. So this could be even longer. You know, who's to say you get stuck in traffic one day and spend an hour? You just lost an hour of sleep. That's ridiculous. This is like detrimental to health ridiculous. I am not recommending that anybody try to get all 6 premiums. That is completely ridiculous. And the math, when I started doing the math, it was just insane. You know, the amount of time that it would require. So if we say we're just going to do 1 completion, bare minimum, get 1 premium, it's going to take you 13 hours or 1.1 hours daily, which is not a problem at all. An hour a day is no problem to play War Thunder, in my opinion, because you spend that. Most people spend at least that playing the game a day. 2 completions, there again, 2.5 hours a day. I think in the sweet spot it's going to be between 1 and 4 completions, mainly because there's a thing in the article that states if you finish top of your team, you get extra rewards. So then that's at random. So if you finish top of your team fairly often, you can do this a little bit quicker. However, you also have to take into account you have to have 50% battle activity for those 10 minutes and that battle for your top of your team to count. So if you take that into account, some people are not going to get this every single battle, and that's just the nature of the way it works. So we're going to say that, for 2 completions, it's going to take you 27 hours, 2.5 hours a day. Again, 2 completions is ideal. If you want the Merkava or the Tiger or the JU388, this is your sweet spot. 2 completions. Provided that your first completion you get to use on whichever vehicle you want and not the I-180S. If that is the case, then you want to do 2 completions. If it requires you to use it on the I-180S for your first completion, you want to do 3 for the event. So that's 3.8 hours daily, 42 hours throughout the whole event. That's still ridiculous, but you have to take into account that is less than, half? That's like a third of the amount of time that it would have taken you. That's even less than a third. That's, of the amount of time it would have taken you to do all 6. And as you can see, 4 perfect completions will be 57 hours or 5.1 hours daily. 5 will be 72 hours or 6.5 hours daily. 6 will be 87 hours or 7.9 hours daily. 7 will be 102 hours or 9.2 hours daily. And 8 will be 117 hours or 10.6 hours daily. And then finally, 9 completions for all 6 vehicles would be 132 hours or 12 hours a day spent playing the game. That is completely ludicrous. I mean, that's just insane. Why would you want to spend 12 hours a day playing this game? I mean, that's just insane. So there you go. There you have it. If you work a full-time job and you have a life and a family, is it possible? Yes, to get all 6. Would I recommend it? No. At most, I would say you should do 4 completions, maybe 5. And that's really pushing it. That's eating into your life. That's making your family mad. That's not eating healthy, not doing anything. That's not healthy habits. So for your health and your sanity, I'm going to say you should do 4 completions at the most and leave it at that. And that is the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. And we are going to talk more about War Thunder. I'm going to upload a lot more War Thunder stuff. I just wanted to get this first video up here and kind of show you guys just exactly what to expect throughout this event. Thank you. Have a nice day.